Hi everybody, it's Diana with Stamping with Di. Welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's Teach Me Tuesdays episode 237. And I'm going to share with you the new Christmas ornaments kit. This is so fun. I have my glue gun all warmed up and ready to go. So you will need one of those. And it does come with dimensionals and the little glue dots and stuff. But I'm like, if I'm already using my glue gun, I'm pretty much using my glue gun the whole time. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. So welcome to my channel. I also want to remind you, and I printed these out. Here it is. Oh my gosh. I also want to remind you that my host code in the clearance rack refresh. So I'll show you that when I spin that camera. So that clearance rack refresh today, and those things run out. So I already placed my order, and there was a few things that I was ordering that said low inventory. So grab those things as soon as you can, because I love when we do the clearance rack refresh. That's how I keep my class of the mail costs down, as well as my socials, because I can sometimes give full packs of things instead of just pieces, or I can just give more stuff. So I always grab that stuff when I can. All right, so I'm going to stop blabbing, and I'm going to spin the foam. If you are new, I am in the chat room during the live premiere. So if you have any questions, head on over to the chat. That's where I'll be. Otherwise, if you're watching the replay, just leave a comment below. YouTube will let me know, and then I can reach out to you. Okay, now I'm going to spin the camera. Close your eyes for a second while I get adjusted. Okay, the month of September is almost over, but if you are ordering in my store and you're ordering less than $150 before tax and shipping, please use my code here, and that will loop all the orders together and allows me to do the goodies for the month. Now, keep in mind, starting in October, I'm going to be changing all that, and I will explain that in another video. Also, the clearance rack refresh. Make sure you're, like I said at the beginning of the video, grab those things as soon as you can. You can find the clearance rack on, you can go to my blog there. You can see that I have put all of the stuff in there. But like I said, I love when we do the clearance rack refresh. All right, so this is what we're doing. Now, I have opened up a pack because I wanted to play. So I have little pine cones all over the desk. But here is what it looks like before I tear it all open. So you have your ribbons. Now, how great is this that they already tied our ribbons for us? You have all these cute little pine cones. You have some berries, gold ones, red ones. You have these beautiful rings. So now I'll go to the pack that I have open so I can show you these things a little bit better. All right, so here's my little bows. And like I said, I have my heat gun off to the side. So you have these rings. So they're like jewelry, right? So if you don't make your ornament, then you've got this, you can go to a party and you've got your bangles all ready to go. All right, so I'm going to make a big one because I made a smaller one ahead of time, and I can show you that after. All right, so you want to cut your string. Now, it's saying cut it at 18 inches. I'm going to bring my silicone over because I'm going to use my glue gun for the whole thing. Just made it easier. All right, so I have cut my gold, and I'm going to loop it. Loop it on here. So I found it easier, because sometimes you need to have more than one hand, or 6. But that's why the hot glue gun is easy. So I'm just going to stick that on there. And there's like a little little weld spot. It's hard to see. They did a really good job. There's a little weld spot. So I'm kind of like having that be my bottom one. And then I know where to go exactly above it. So I'm just kind of holding that like that. And then I'm just going to take my glue gun. And I'm just going to put a bit of glue gun there. And that's just going to hold that string in place. All right. Because we're going to want to tie it as well. But that just kind of holds it while I mess with it. All right. Then we're going to bring it up. And we're going to do the same thing on the top. So we just want to make sure that it's straight above. And that looks pretty straight. So by putting that glue on there, just kind of holds it in place while we fiddle fart with it. And then just let that kind of dry. And then we'll tie this as well. Now you can decide, you might go, oh, I have some really pretty Christmas ribbon. You can use whatever you want for this, because basically this is just what's going to hold it on the present or the tree. So now I have this tied, and I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to loop it like this. I'm just going to kind of pull it up. And now I've got a loop-de-loo. So I can put this on the tree. I can put it on a present. I think these would be beautiful as put on a present. And then you can, you know, they could put it on our ornament later. So you got our chipboard. You know, I always keep the chipboard. All right. So I'm going to do a different one this time than I did before. All right. So I want my bow. I want the larger of the pine cones. I also want some berries. Now, important when you're ripping these off, because the first one I ripped off, I did do it wrong. These, let me get that, are actually attached right here. And I ripped it apart because I wasn't paying attention. All right, which is not a big deal because you're going to glue it anyways. So I can put them together. Oh, it is. Turn that off. Okay, so now we have like this white, so it's going to fold. But if you want to use this maybe as a gift tag on an ornament, I would fold it this way so that maybe you can write on that. Otherwise, it goes like this. It goes right in the center there. And then you take the dimensionals that come with it. Now, it doesn't say that because it doesn't even show that white. So I'm just like thinking that's what I would do if I wanted to have this be a tag, and then they could hang on the tree. Maybe you go Christmas 2024, whatever, or baby's first Christmas, whatever you decide, you could write that on there. All right. So, but I'm going to go this way so that it's green on both sides. And then we just fold this over. And what that does is it encloses, hang on a second, I want to grab the ribbon as well. So I'm going to put this in the center. Make sure it's in the center there. And I want to get a hold of the string as well. And then we just fold that over top. And now what this does is it gives you this pretty little ornament that is pretty on both sides. All right, so let me get my pieces here. Now this one, let me get my instructions because like I said, I only did the smaller one. So this one has a few more elements to it. So we have this really pretty banner, and I love it. It's pretty on both sides. So if it does turn, twist and turn, wherever you do with it, it's going to look pretty on both sides. All right, so this is going to go on here. We also want some of these gorgeous leaves. Look at how pretty these are with a little bit of blue and green. But like I said, if I'm using a hot glue gun, I'm going to hot glue gun everything. All right. And then we have these pretty leaves over here. So there's this leaf. It's kind of got a two-piecer, and then that's for the bigger one. have this. So just be careful when you're pulling them out because it's just delicate. I'm just pulling all that out. It just has a little perforated spot where it's being held to this card. All right, and then this one, let's see, before I start saying this one, hang on a minute. Okay, yeah, so this one uses for the other one, but there's like extra. It's just kind of extra pieces. All right, so this goes with the other one. This one. Okay, we got our leaf. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay. All right, so we have this here. And it's going to go on here. Then we have our leaf. It's going to go on there. And then we're going to decorate. All right, so this one is for the smaller one, as well as this. Okay, but I'm thinking they have just kind of played with them, right? Because if you look here, now we've got this. So you can use, see, and then this one, you have this one. So the leaves are just kind of, you know, so all of your ornaments aren't the same. So then, see, we've got 1, 2, and 3. So then this has that different swaggy look. All right, so I'm going to go back to this one. So I'm totally confusing you. All right, so let's put this together. So we have, like I said, I'm just going to use my hot glue gun for everything. We have our pretty little, like, ribbon, like a paper ribbon. And they do give you a nice spot here for your dimensional. But I'm just going to use my glue gun. Goes right in the center there. And then you have these gorgeous leaves. I just love how that's watercolored. And I love it's on both sides. And then we'll put that like that. And now we want a big pine cone, because there's so many pine cones. And we want 2 of the smaller ones. And berries. So this one doesn't use the bow. Okay, so this one doesn't use the bow. All right. So we're going to put the big pine cone. Just plop it there. So it's so cool because it has such dimension, this thing. And then we'll put another one here. Just kind of hold it in place. And then another one here. And I'm just kind of covering up that little center where I glued that leaf because it had that little point. So I'm just covering that up so you don't see it. That should be good. And now these berries, see, they've got this little wire, so you can kind of stick that little wire in there like that. All right, so I'm going to put some glue on here and then kind of squish some in there as well, so it'll be doubly glued. And voila. So then I'm going to do the third one. Okay, so there's that one. Look how cute. Isn't that fun? All right, so let me bring over the third one. So the same thing, you've got this nice big gold, and I want this at 18 inches. So it does have a ruler on the directions, but I'm just going to use my ruler. I didn't even realize we were doing 3, or I would have cut it ahead of time. So what I would do was I would just cut. I would go like this. So I cut that my length, and then I would just continue to use this ribbon as my guide. Cut the rest. But I'm tempted, I might even grab some different ribbon and put in there. Okay, so let's see. So now we're going to do the third one. So let's find that. Here it is right here. A little weld. And we'll do the same thing as we did before. So I'm going to loop this, scoot over a little bit. I get too excited doing stuff and I forget to pay attention to the camera. All right, so this is going to be there. And loop-de-loo-de-loo-de-doo-de-doo-de. All right. Same thing. I'm just going to kind of pull that on that weld line. Just kind of pull. It dries. We'll tie. And then the same on the top. This is my when you go, kids, I need your hands. All right, so we're going to go like this. I'm just like blowing on it. So it kind of cools down and stays. And you could even, I think this one could even maybe be a little longer than 18 inches. Oops. Oopsie. Messed with it before it stuck. Just because this is a bigger circle. Oh my gosh, Diana. I like totally messed this one up, didn't I? Hang on a minute. I'm just not giving it time to dry. What I would do is, if I'm going to make a bunch of these, which I am because I got a bunch of these kits, I would get all of my circles ready so they're good and dry before I start tying them, because I know I'm really not giving it enough time to dry, but I'm trying to make the video not be long, so that's just my fault. So I'm just going to let that sit. I'm going to let that sit and dry while I pull out the pieces I need. So how about that? Hubby, I pull out the pieces I need. So now we have this cute plaid. And these are a little smaller. And again, you've got that circle if you want to write like the year or whatever, or you just glue it within. So what I'll do is I'll do this the opposite so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, and then what else do we need? We also need one of these cute little leaves. And we need that swaggy one that I was confused to what that was used for. Right here. because I didn't realize we were doing 3 different ornaments. Okay. So again, just, kind of be gentle. Hopefully I have enough glue gone in my glue. Okay. Alrighty. So this time, so I'm going to go this way so that when I fold it, we're going to have this on the outside. I'm just going to go like this so that it will hold my ribbon in place. I get my dimensionals. Make sure I did. Yes, I did. Because I think that would be fun to, write on there, especially if you use it as a gift tag for a present, and then the person has an ornament later. You could say to from on there. All right. We'll fold that, and then we'll trap that string in there. All right. So now I want this. This is just going to go in there, and I love that big area, so that's where your adhesive is going to go. And that's just going to go off to the side, and I'm going to kind of put it here so it hides that glue. All right. And then I'm going to put this here, and again, I'm going to put this up here because they have it like this, which is totally fine, but I'm going to angle it like this. And I did this totally wrong, Diana. This should have been on the other side. So just ignore me. I should have flipped this. I should have totally flipped it. All right, so I'm going to flip it just for heck's sake. So I'll have one less ornament, but that's fine. All right, so I'm going to put another one here. I think we have extra stuff. So I'm just going to grab this one, whether it's for this ornament or not. I totally forgot to flip it over. So now we'll have a little decoration on the back. All right, so now I'm going to put this here. So this one's going to be very unique. This one's going to go here. And then I'll put this here. So again, I'm still going to put that leaf so it kind of hides my glue. You don't see much of that little guy underneath there. All right. And then we want a big and a little. And we're doing gold this time. And we are putting the ribbon up top. Okay. But I'm going to put, to make it all the way different, I'm going to put my ribbon on the bottom. Just because I'm a rebel and because I put my leaf up here. All right. So we want to put our cone and our small one. And my glue is almost done. Our small one. And then you've got your pretty little gold. And I'm going to put them up on top. Since I put my ribbon on the bottom. And just hold it till it's done. I need to add a little more glue. But my glue gun is almost to its end. Like I said, I'm not really letting this dry as long as I should. All right, so let me tie this up here. This should be good and dry now. I'll tie that up there, and then I'll loop-de-loo it like I did before. So the clearance rack, I'm so excited. Like I said, I ordered a bunch. All right, so we have that. So I need to totally put my, I need to wiggle this a little bit more. Hang on a second. because I want that stuck in there really, really good. And just take your time when you do that. I mean, I'm going too quick. But you might be drinking cocoa and you'll take a sip of cocoa while stuff dries. That's a little better. All right, so here are the 3. But I think what I want to do even more, so we have this one. And, oops, I hit the camera. This one. And then this is the one I did earlier. And this is the smaller one. And it just has the pine cones. But what I'm going to do to make them look even cuter, do you know what I'm going to do? You know, right? You totally know what I'm going to do. All right, hold on a second. Let me go get it. I'm going to put snow on mine. Don't you think that would look so cute with snow? Okay, so I have my sparkly shimmery paste, embossing paste. Let me get my little stir. And see, by keeping that plastic in there, look how cute. It keeps it so nice. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paste and I'm going to add a little paste to my cones. Look how cute they are with that snow on them. Isn't that adorable? And then it's just going to dry so then it looks like they've got snow on them. So let me put some on my leaves. So make sure you grab some of this because like I said, if you put that plastic in there and, you know, give it a good seal, this stuff will last a long time. So let me wipe this off. Now that's important. You want to wipe off whatever tool you use. I mean, if you use, because these are the tools that, you know, you get for it, but if you get like a plastic spoon, you know, like that you would use with your paper plates or whatever, then you could just toss it. So you didn't have to worry about cleaning it. But so see, I just put that plastic there and then I screw it on really, really good. And then it'll be all set for the next time. All right, so let me get my camera. Hopefully will look at all the glue on my fingers. All right, let's hopefully it will start to focus. It's being a turkey. Let's see. Come on, baby. All right, so let me just lift this up. If you're not going to focus, I'll bring it to you. But look how cute, adding that little bit of the paste. So I use that paste more for snow on stuff than I actually do as paste. You know, because you can use that paste through our masks, you know, and all sorts of stuff. But look how adorable. Don't they look even more realistic with that little bit of snow on them? So anyway, so yeah, so grab some of that paste. All right, so let me say, look at my cute boots. Oh! All right, so usually I say don't look, but now I'm like, look at my cute boots. So anyways, so yeah, so make sure you grab a couple, 2, 3, 5 of these kits and some of that paste. And I'm gonna finish making up this set, and then I can just unplug my glue gun or whatever. But these are so cute. I think these are going to be fun to hand out to the neighbors this year. Because I usually give them something that I've made. You know, I think if I didn't, they'd go, "Ooh, what's wrong?" So anyway, so let me know what you think. Hopefully you love this. And I will see you Friday for my Dies shorts. That will be 3 o'clock Arizona time, same channel. Have a good day, and I'll see you Friday. All right. Bye for now.